Hey Wildcats, it's Sophia.
And I'm Sophia. Stay tuned for some important news for our seniors.
You're watching Woodside TV Live. Attention seniors, your baby photos and senior quotes must be submitted no later than February 18th to be included in the yearbook. Items can be submitted to bit.ly/seniorybwhs.
This Saturday, there will be a community health fair in Menlo Park with free CPR training, mental health awareness, diabetes education, and more. The fair will be at 401 Pierce Road in Menlo Park.
The profit from this year's winter formal will go to the sophomore and senior classes, but in order for these grades to get their cut of the profit, the winter formal committee needs sophomore and senior student volunteers to help with setup and cleanup for the winter formal. Students can sign up at this link, tinyurl.com/winterformalvolunteers.
Hey Wildcats, tickets for the winter formal will be sold during brunch, lunch, and after school in D7.
From January 26th to 28th, tickets will be on sale for $17, both PAL and non-PAL.
From February 7th to the 11th, tickets will be sold for $25 with PAL and $30 without PAL.
If you are planning on bringing a guest to the winter dance, you must fill out one of these blue forms that can be found in D7.
Your forms must be submitted to your AVP in the office no later than February 8th. Your AVP will then give you a guest pass, which you will use to buy the ticket for your guests, and guest purchase tickets at non-PAL prices.
Follow us on Instagram for more information and feel free to DM us if you have any questions.
Thanks, Sophia. Now let's take a look at the rest of today's announcements.
In honor of Black History Month, we present Norman Lewis. Norman Lewis is a Black artist born in 1909 in New York City. He was of African American and Bermudan descent and used representational strategies to focus on Black urban life. He began drawing by buying commercial art books and later began his career in the 1930s as a social realist. This art was painted with an overtly figurative style, and later he focused on the inherently aesthetic. In the 1940s, his work became more abstract. This was in part because of his wartime experiences during the Second World War. Norman Lewis was the only African American artist within the first generation of abstract expressionists, and his work often was overlooked by the art community. He died on August 27, 1979, at the age of 70, leaving behind a wife but no kids. He currently has works located in the New York Museum of Modern Art, the SCAD Museum of Art in Georgia, the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, and the Smithsonian American Art Museum in Washington, D.C.
Student of the Week. Student of the Week is Kayla O'Brien. Kayla O'Brien is a freshman. Her favorite class are PE, biology, and Spanish, and her favorite extracurricular activity is volleyball. and art. Kayla's favorite food is anything of Asian or Latino descent. In the future, Kayla wants to be a veterinarian. Athlete of the week. Athlete of the week is Bryn Adachowicz. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. The athlete of the week is Bryn Adachowicz. Again, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Bryn is a senior on the Woodside High School varsity wrestling team and competes in the 170-pound weight class. Bryn decided to wrestle at Woodside High School because her dad was a successful wrestler at Sierra High School, and this inspired her to join the sport. Bryn gets the most joy from wrestling from competing in her matches.
Welcome back to This Week in U.S. History. On February 2nd, 1653, New Amsterdam, later known as New York, received rights to become a city. Of course, it wouldn't have been that easy to become a city, so there happened to be a bit of an uphill battle on New York becoming a real city. In 1664, the ownership of New Amsterdam was passed to the English, though this control was interrupted when the Netherlands regained the settlement in 1673. After a few more decades of the rule being passed around and interrupted, New York was not only returned to the English, but it was also given the status of the first capital. And that concludes This Week in U.S. History.
Hey Wildcats, the Aspirations Club 2 invites you to demonstrate some confidence to take action. By participating in the Random Acts of Kindness Challenge Week, La Semana de Amor y Amistad. The challenge will take place the week of February 14th to the 18th. During this week, scan a QR code found on flyers posted around campus and in each teacher's classroom. The QR code will link to a Google Doc where you can record the acts you've done or fill in your own. Anyone who participates will be invited to a celebration of kindness on the football field on March 4th during lunch, where free food and music will be provided. See you there, Wildcats!
Well, that's all the announcements for today.
Thanks for watching, and remember to
Stay wild, Wildcats. Roar!